Leviticus chapter 9. And it came to pass on the 8th day that Moses called Aaron and his sons and the elders of Israel. And he said unto Aaron, Take thee a young calf for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering, without blemish, and offer them before the Lord. And unto the children of Israel thou shalt speak, saying, Take ye a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year without blemish, for a burnt offering. Also a bullock and a ram for peace offerings, to sacrifice before the Lord, and a meat offering mingled with oil, for today the Lord will appear unto you. And they brought that which Moses commanded before the tabernacle of the congregation, and all the congregation drew near and stood before the Lord. And Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord commanded that ye should do, and the glory of the Lord shall appear unto you. And Moses said unto Aaron, Go unto the altar, and offer thy sin offering and thy burnt offering, and make an atonement for thyself and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as the Lord commanded. Aaron therefore went unto the altar, and slew the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aaron brought the blood unto him, and he dipped his finger in the blood, and put it on the horns of the altar, and poured out the blood at the bottom of the altar. But the fat and the kidneys and the caul above the liver of the sin offering he burnt upon the altar, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the flesh and the hide he burnt with fire without the camp. And he slew the burnt offering, and Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled round about upon the altar. And they presented the burnt offering unto him, with the pieces thereof, and the head, and he burnt them upon the altar. And he did wash the inward and the legs, and burnt them upon the burnt offering on the altar. And he brought the people's offering, and took the goat which was the sin offering for the people, and slew it, and offered it for sin as the first. And he brought the burnt offering, and offered it according to the manner. And he brought the meat offering, and took an handful thereof, and burnt it upon the altar beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. And he slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings, which was for the people. And Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled upon the altar round about. And the fat of the bullock and of the ram, the rump, and that which covereth the inwards, and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver. And they put the fat upon the breasts, and burnt the fat upon the altar, and the breasts and the right shoulder Aaron waved for a wave offering before the Lord, as Moses commanded. And Aaron lifted up his hand toward the people, and blessed them, and came down from offering of the sin offering, and the burnt offering, and the peace offerings. And Moses and Aaron went into the tabernacle of the congregation, and came out, and blessed the people. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the people. And there came a fire out from before the Lord, and consumed upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat, which when all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces. Here we see the fulfillment of the teaching that Moses received on Mount Sinai. He has had the tabernacle constructed, the portable temple that they will be able to carry with them for the 40 years they're going to be traveling in the wilderness, or the 39 years, I guess. And that they're going to be able to pitch when they finally do get into the promised land, until they get a temple built. We see the order of the sacrifices. We see the necessity of the priests being fully consecrated. We see them offering sacrifices for themselves first, so that they are worthy to then offer sacrifices for the congregation. We see everything done in order the way it's supposed to be, the way Moses received it. And then he says, do this all right, because today the Lord will appear before you. And we see in the very last verse, verse 24, that the Lord appears as a cloud pillar of fire, and flame comes out and consumes the sacrifice on the altar. And that is the flame, that is sort of the Hebrew eternal flame, if you will, that they have now. God kindled that flame. God started that flame. And their job from then on for the priests is to make sure that flame doesn't go out, as a symbol of the covenant between themselves and God. Incredibly rich symbolism here of absolutely every act to hint, to suggest to them that there is a great sacrifice coming, to give them performances that they can go through to learn from. And the thing that just seems to boggle our minds time after time after time is how so many people were so mechanical about what they did. They didn't learn from these things at all. They went through these things as if there was no learning to be got, as though simple, strict, blind, dumb obedience was all there was. Sometimes we see that in our own lives. We go through blind, dumb obedience instead of actually trying to learn how to do better. What is there in the life around us that makes it possible for us to learn and look for something else? Do these good things that happen to us, are they blessings from Heavenly Father? Or are they just pure dumb luck? Maybe if we're being righteous and something good happens to us, maybe that's a reward for it. Hard to say sometimes. But here's the point. We are here to learn. This life is the time for us to learn to appreciate the blessings of God and to worship God and to learn about God, because when we leave here, that opportunity for most of us is going to be pretty limited. We're going to have this earth life as the time to learn about God. This earth life as the time to live in harmony with God's rules. And we don't have to offer up all these blood sacrifices that these people did. We can offer up a broken heart, a contrite spirit. We can offer up humility. We can offer up obedience to the higher law of doing good unto others. Those are the things. Those are the sacrifices. You know, if you got a choice between spending time with your family or watching TV, watching some sports, playing some dumb computer game, or doing something that takes time away from your family, which is the best one to do? Of eternal benefit, Heavenly Father says being with the family is better than anything else. And that's what He wants you to do, because He says, you know, children give respect to their father. You are my children. Do you respect me? How would I know that? A slave gives respect to his master. You call me master. And yet, do you show me respect? Pretty good questions to ask. I guess the question is, really, if He's our Father, do we really respect Him? If we call Him master, do we really serve Him? Do we do it with full purpose of heart? Or do we do as little as we can get away with? That's the difference between having a mansion when we get over on the other side, or maybe having a piece of a 2x4 and one nail.